Hey guys, this is COH Piper here. Today we're going to play, this is a battle replay of a Napoleonic Total War game that I played a while past. In this battle, I play as Britain, and it's an online battle and we're fighting against a player called Old Moustache. So this is a classic battle of Great Britain versus France. And in Napoleon Total War, you tend to find Great Britain has really good infantry. The line infantry is some of the best, high rate of fire, fairly accurate. France has similar troops, very powerful old guard. So the old guard is very powerful for France. I've gone for infantry. Our light infantry based army. I've not brought too many light troops. Great Britain doesn't really have that good light troops. You tend to find Prussia has the best light troops in the game. The bulk of my army's foot soldiers. I've got one unit of Coldstream Guards, which are really the elite of the British Army. So they're high rate of fire, accurate, and they inspire. I think they inspire confidence in nearby units. Not sure about that one. I've got 2 units of foot guards at the back, which are the standard elite of the British Army. I have 2 units of light dragoons. They can fire and ride as well. And we've got the classic Royal Scots Greys. So that's heavy infantry. I think with this army, heavy infantry is quite overpriced. I really just brought this army because I like the Scottish units. I didn't bring any kilted units. However, I brought the Coldstream Guards and the 2 units of the foot guards. My opponent, he's got Lancers on my right flank, so they have a really powerful charge. Again, he's went with France's strengths and only brought infantry, line infantry, and no skirmishers. So he's got 3 units of Polish Guards, looks like 3 units of Young Guard, and 3 units of Old Guard. So this is a really powerful army. The Polish legions are downloadable content, and as usual they're fairly overpowered. Coldstream Guards are overpowered, but they're also downloadable. So we can see my opponent's outflanking with the cavalry. I'm moving over 2 units of. I've also got 2 units of fencibles. So the idea here is fencibles are the equivalent of peasants in Rome Total War. They do have guns, however they're fairly inaccurate shooters, and it takes them longer to reload. So they're not the best troops. They're the kind of the bog standard militia of the British Army. So the tactic here is to use these troops to take the brunt of the charge. Once the Lancers are in combat, charge with infantry and the Royal Scots Greys. Obviously he's got better cavalry than myself. And I'm pretty sure he brought a general as well. He brought a general Marshal suit. My French is really bad, so that's not how you pronounce it, but I think he's a three-star general. So the generals in Napoleon Total War, they inspire confidence in the rest of the army with the radius, but they also can they have a morale extra bonus. So every so often you can trigger this bonus feature of the general, and it gives everyone extra morale. So I actually prefer Napoleon Total War as opposed to Empire Total War. I think the battles are they run slightly better, and the loading times are a lot less. So just reforming. So what we'll do is we'll speed this up slightly, because battles in Empire Napoleon are on a much grander scale than previous Total War games. I mean, units are 120 men per unit, so it's a lot more men. Plus you have more the genre, like Napoleon, British Empire. That's when guns started getting used more effectively. Introduction of more accurate weapons changed the warfare. So instead of using hand-to-hand fighting with swords, professional modern armies grouped their troops together, and the idea was to take punishment as a whole and stand as a whole and fire back, as opposed to fighting man to man, because guns were more accurate back then, but their volley fire, they weren't that accurate. So every time a regiment fires, I think 30% or less the bullets actually hit or make any chance of hitting, so they were still fairly inaccurate. So here we have the enemy bringing over his lancers. He's coming in for the charge there. You can see my front ranks firing against the old guard, and again took the bait there. He charged against offensibles, and they're routed. So that is the main strength of the lancers nullified. However, my cavalry is still inferior. I've only got one unit of Royal Scots Greys, and we can look at my light skirmish in the front there in skirmish mode. When these troops are in skirmish mode, they don't take shots from the back, and obviously line spaced out in line fashion to take as the least amount of fire as possible. So I brought back over 2 foot guards there and put one of them into square formation. That killed a lot of the lancers. And my opponent did a good job by bringing over his young guards at the right time there. So I said before, cavalry is a lot less effective in Napoleon Total War than previous games. However, they still have a good use. You can see there, when he attacked with his cavalry, it forced my troops to go into square formation, which enabled him to get more shots in. So that's another benefit of cavalry. You can feint attack to get shots in with your line infantry. And you can see the Royal Scots Greys are now in combat with the Lancers. So these are classic British Army units, renowned for their charge in Waterloo. Well, they actually got annihilated at Waterloo, but they were revered for their presence at Waterloo because of their intimidating horses and their charge. So hand to hand, the Royal Scots Greys do have an advantage over these units, but against 3 full units of Lancers they won't stand a chance. So we're bringing them back. We've got a few shots in with the reserve foot soldiers there. We have 2 units of line guards, foot guards, shooting the old guard, and the old guard are very, very powerful units. I think they have a sort of a 95% reload time, which is one of the highest in the game. So we probably expect this line to break quite soon. We managed to break the centre of Old Moustache there, because obviously my skirmishers with the foot infantry, very powerful, and my opponent doing a rear attack on the line infantry there. He's routed 2, but I managed to get the foot guards, well the foot soldiers rather, into square formation. And in Napoleon Total War, square formation is really powerful against cavalry. So we're bringing over the cream of the cream, the Coldstream Guards. And these guys aren't in a total line. I kind of expected my opponent to run in with the melee attack there, because he does have the advantage on this side, and he has got the old guard. And you can see there he used the bonus advantage with his general. So these guys have a lot better morale there, and he's running closer to me now. Winning on the left side though. And he brought his old guard really close to me there, because they have they not only have a morale advantage with the rest of the troops, they also instill fear in the enemy. So just by these guys being there, it's making these guys afraid. So these guys are not doing too well, but we're bringing over some foot soldiers, some line infantry to support, and we still have, I think we still have some cavalry left. We've got skirmishers there.
Our men are running, sir.
They just got a chevron there. And some good shots there from the Polish Legion. That's still pretty much full strength, almost full strength. We've got Old Guard attacking the Foot Guard, and the Old Guard have the advantage. They have a chevron as well.
Our men are running, sir.
And as expected, he's charging in with the Old Guard. That's one of the drawbacks of having a complete line like that. It makes your actual missile troops, when they fire the guns, it makes them far more effective. They take more shots, they get more shots in. But if they get charged like this, it weakens their morale further. So we're doing a good job here. We're getting shots from both sides there, and the skirmishers will be very difficult for him to defeat now, because he has no cavalry. So we're going to charge in the men, and he's charging in the general unit there, and they'll probably get destroyed by that charge. So the battle is turning in our favour now. We're going to melee assault the Polish Legion there. We have troops at the back that came back from routing. That's a foot guard of 74, foot soldier 74, and a foot guard of 40. So the battle's pretty much won now. He's done an assault on my light skirmishers, the King's German Legion Lightfoot. But if you put these guys into guard mode, even when they get assaulted by cavalry, some of the guys will get attacked, but they'll still keep on fighting. And the Legion's actually done really well against the line infantry there. They managed to rout, and we have the battle up here still raging with the Polish Legion and I think it's the foot. So we'll bring these guys over to support the skirmishers, and we still have soldiers at the back there if these guys don't actually win. But if I remember correctly, I think he actually routs after this. Again, I'd probably say that Napoleon Total War and Empire Total War, very good campaign modes online. It's a little bit of a camp fest at times, in my opinion. Still is really good. Open maps like this, really good. Where sometimes it's a little bit unbalanced. But that was a great game. The general just a last ditch charge there, and he's actually routing there, and the general got killed. So that was a great game. Mustache played really well. He brought a really good army, and that's a victory for me there. So fairly balanced stats there. That was a great game. This is CH Piper signing off. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.